All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we are diving into the Bitcoin market.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's a hot topic, and there's been some pretty interesting price action in December. And there's some bold predictions for 2024. We're going to be taking a look at some analysis that we got from some pretty reliable sources. And the real key word, or like the thing that's kind of standing out to me, is this concept of financial fractals.
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Have you looked into that much?
I have. I've done a little bit of reading on it, and it's pretty fascinating stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if the Bitcoin bull is just taking a little break, a little breather.
Yeah.
Or if it's gearing up for another epic run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's dive in.
Let's do it.
So December just wrapped up.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin saw like a 2% dip.
Yeah, just a little dip.
Yeah, which, in the world of crypto doesn't sound like a lot.
No, not really, especially with Bitcoin.
So why are all these analysts calling this a consolidation phase?
Well, it's not always about the size of the price movement. It's about what's happening kind of beneath the surface.
Right.
And, the trading volume has been pretty low, which kind of tells us there's not really strong buying pressure.
Well.
And to break free from this consolidation, we need to see some, significant upward movement, right?
Right.
Especially to get past that $86,000 mark, we'd need to see a lot of new buyers.
Yeah. I feel like I've been seeing that $86,000 number
Yes.
a lot lately. What is so special about that number?
Well, it all comes down to what are called short-term holders.
Oh.
Or STHs, as the cool kids call them.
Okay, STHs.
Yes. And, these are the folks who haven't been holding Bitcoin for very long.
Right.
Maybe a few weeks, few months.
Right. So they're not the OG Bitcoin holders.
Exactly. They're kind of the new kids on the block.
Okay.
And the current realized price for SDHs is right around that $86,000 mark.
Okay. Realized price. Remind me what that is.
So realized price is basically the average price at which these STHs bought their Bitcoin.
Okay.
So think about it. If Bitcoin climbs back up to $86,000, a lot of these STHs who bought in around that price, they're going to be seeing green.
Right.
They're going to be like, hey, I'm making money.
Yeah.
And that could trigger a wave of buying, right?
Yeah. Because then, they're going to be wanting to...
They're going to want to get in on the action.
Yeah. Let's ride this wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make some more money. Okay.
Yeah. And some analysts like Bitcoin Data 21, they're so bullish on this. They're ready to go all in if Bitcoin hits that $86,000.
Wow, that's a pretty bold move.
It is.
Are all the analysts feeling this optimistic, or are there some people who are a little more cautious?
Not everyone is quite as exuberant. On-Chain College, for example, they're saying, hey, don't get too caught up in those short-term price swings.
Good, yeah.
Even if Bitcoin dips a little bit below that $86,000 STH realized price, it's not necessarily time to panic.
Right.
They're emphasizing, focus on the long-term trend.
Right, which is always good advice in crypto, I feel. Because it's so volatile.
It is. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is. So we've got the STH realized price.
Yes.
But what are some other forces at play here that are affecting the Bitcoin price?
Well, there's always the overall investor sentiment. Is the mood optimistic?
Right.
Is it fearful?
Yeah.
Then there's market liquidity.
Okay.
How easy is it to buy and sell Bitcoin?
Right.
And of course, you can never forget about macroeconomic conditions.
Right. So that's things like inflation.
Inflation, interest rates.
Yeah.
Global economic events. All of those things can play a role.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not just like this little bubble. It's connected.
All connected
to everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got to ask about this concept of financial fractals. What is that?
So it's pretty fascinating. Imagine looking at a snowflake, right?
Yeah.
You see those beautiful, intricate, repeating patterns.
Yeah.
Well, financial fractals suggest that, similar patterns exist in market data.
Oh, interesting.
It's like the market has a memory. And by analyzing these historical patterns, we might be able to glean some insights into future price movements.
So it's not like we're trying to predict the future perfectly.
No.
But it's more like just recognizing
patterns?
that there are certain things that tend to repeat themselves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And some analysts believe that Bitcoin's price right now is aligning with some of these historical patterns, which, that could be huge.
Yeah. So is it too risky to like rely on past patterns though?
Well, you always have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
Because markets are always evolving.
Right. Yeah.
So, financial fractals shouldn't be the only thing you base your investment decisions on.
Right.
Just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
You still have to consider all those other factors we talked about, like investor sentiment, macroeconomic conditions.
Yeah. Okay. So big picture, lots of different things to consider.
Absolutely.
Okay. But going back to that $86,000 number,
yes.
What are the broader implications if like Bitcoin does break through that level?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
If it surges past $86,000, that could be a really strong sign that we are entering a new phase of adoption.
Okay.
It might mean that institutional investors are becoming more comfortable with Bitcoin, right? And maybe even mainstream acceptance is on the horizon.
Right. Yeah, because that's always been kind of like
a big question.
Yeah, the question, like, will it ever become like a mainstream thing? Okay, so to recap here, Bitcoin's in this consolidation phase.
Yes.
$86,000 is the key level to watch.
Definitely keep an eye on that.
And these financial fractals, they're pretty interesting. They might
giving us a glimpse into the future, potentially.
Yeah.
A lot to think about.
Yeah, and if anybody out there is interested in Bitcoin, I think
now is the time to do your research.
Now's the time to learn, do your research.
Yeah.
Because knowledge is power.
Always.
Especially in crypto.
Especially in the crypto world.
Yeah, it's always changing.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.